with your mother.
Damn it!
And now you're supposed to be Sully. Yeah, Matrix, you promised to kill me last. I lied.
What's going on, everybody? if you're wondering what happened here, then Pixel is broken. He's our new Zach.
Already.
Yeah, crazy. By the title, if you ever figure it out, it's All Star Comics.
Oh wait, it's down there.
But issue number 69. Yes.
Nice.
Yes, 69.
Nice.
Are you gonna start giggling, Pixel?
I've already started.
Yeah,
he's got the skirt on. He might as well giggle more.
These are shorts. Bankman, I'm wearing shorts.
We'll take your word for it.
So yeah. So what's so special about this issue and why I want to review it? This is the second appearance of Helena Wayne, Earth 2 Huntress. Also, the fact that we have the Earth 2 Justice Society. We have Bruce Wayne as commissioner of the GCPD. Crazy. Never read this before. It was a first time read for me. Fun. And getting to see the JSA basically fight the JSA. Madness.
Yeah. Yeah, we can go ahead and start flipping through, which is the fun part. Should I go panel?
Go panel by panel as I change the background to the JSA.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's trippy.
It is trippy.
But yes, we get to go ahead and see this iteration of the team, and I was very surprised. Where's my window? Huh?
Okay, I'm glad you asked. When this series was created, it was also the first appearance of Power Girl, and Rick Estrada, and at the time it was Rick Estrada and Wally Wood was the anchor on it, and they created the boob window. And they kept making the window and the boobs bigger.
Yes.
To see how long it would take before editorial would slap it down. Took about 2 or 3 issues, and then they closed it for the time being.
Marani, it's just you right now. It might be your reception. Please unplug it and turn it on, turn it back on.
No, when it's in full... No, she's right. When it's in full page mode, the images did look blurry on this.
She didn't specify. It could be us that are fuzzy.
Oh, I haven't shaved completely today, so yes, I'm a little fuzzy.
I'm actually clean shaved. If you're seeing this, you
are not clean shaved.
No,
you might have shaved this morning.
So
but...
I also want to go apart. You mentioned the boob window. The first thing I noticed is,
of course, I did.
Hawkman, what happened to your mask? I'm used to seeing.
That's what Earth 2's Hawkman's mask looked like at the time.
Yeah.
Because they had to, when they would do the annual JLA, JSA crossovers, they had to differentiate between the two so you know who was who in case they used both of them in the same one.
Hey.
Yes. So, like I said, this whole comic book features Dr. Fate, Dr. Midnight, Jay Garrick, Alan Scott. What's up?
Go back to that panel before that.
Before this?
Yeah. Yeah, that last line. There must have been a bunch of girls somewhere.
You really? Gosh, come on.
What it was, he saw.
Hang out with juveniles, you become one.
That's a low blow.
I'm just saying, for that panel, they should have had it outlined in wood. But
nice.
Yes.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
So basically, PG ends up getting injured in this, and we end up getting some cool stuff here.
Little background story. There's Bruce Wayne, the commissioner, aka Batman, becomes convinced that the JSA have broken law, so he's determined to bring him in.
Yep.
So he brings the cops there, and one of them gets overzealous and shoots Power Girl. Now, in this universe, they mentioned that even though it's nothing short of a bursting shell can pierce her skin, because modern technology has moved past bursting shells.
And
so the gun that he uses is actually able to pierce her skin.
Well, the other thing is, I know this is really cool about the Earth Tool thing is that, well, he did marry Selena Kyle, and she ends up being blackmailed by someone and dies in the process. And he hangs up he quits being Batman. At least for the moment, as far as I can tell, because his daughter secretly takes up the Huntress attire.
No, he doesn't. Not for the moment. He doesn't go back to being Batman.
Yeah.
In fact, he is killed in Adventure Comics 462.
Spoilers. But overall, like I said, it's just interesting to see Bruce Wayne in a different role. Obviously, we've seen the amalgam, Commander Bruce, Bruce Wayne.
Hey, it's a new window.
No, it's called the ab window.
Look at him.
But the shock on their faces, and I love that. Like, no matter how they show Wildcat, his expression's always the same.
Yes, and
but look at Jay's face, the horror. I love this. Even then, Naboo's like, my eyes are slanted a little bit. I'm concerned.
Dalton loved that.
Well, when Fate could see the future, he was like, why didn't you go a little higher for the poop window?
No, jeez. Come on.
And then Papa spanks. Sorry, Wildcat spanks. Overall, like I said, it's cool to see the Golden Age heroes drawn differently than what they are drawn today. It's because a lot of people forget that she didn't have the poop window back then. Seeing Bruce Wayne not dressed as Batman, Earth 2. Now, unless you are familiar with this, you've actually grew up reading these, like our esteemed fellow here on the panel, Pixel. Why is everybody muted but me? I'll just talk about Jello.
Well, I was blowing my nose. I figured you didn't want to hear that.
You're blowing what? What? Okay. Anyway, so I'm trying to remember who was doing the art on this.
It's
Joe Staton.
Joe Staton, yes.
Staton, I think he pronounces it.
He did a lot of these issues, right? Him and Paul Levitz were the creative team.
Later in the series, so it started with Conway, Estrada, and Wood. It ended up being Levitz, Staton, and I guess Layton. I don't know how many issues Layton inked.
I know Layton inked this one at least.
Yeah.
And that's probably why it pops a little bit with his inking. But like I said, this is the early Silver Age stuff. I guess Golden Age mixed with Silver Age.
Well, this is Bronze Age.
Is it Bronze Age?
Yeah.
What is Bronze Age from? Is it just considered like what years?
There are differing opinions. Some people say Conan #1 starts it. Some people say that Spider-Man 121, the death of Gwen Stacy, because that represents the death of innocence. So it's the end of the Silver Age. It all depends. There's no hard and fast rule. There's a lot of debate over when it actually starts.
This is 1977.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that shot right there, because it looks like a certain familiar figure.
Yes, it looks like Batman. You get that. But is it really Batman? Or is it a woman with really broad shoulders? You'll find out later.
As we continue on our journey
into the West. All right, so the giant penny they're inside the cave. They confront Bruce.
Yeah. So calling in old JSA members and we're going to put you down. Oh, please, come on.
But can we talk about those gams on Wonder Woman?
They aren't as good as PG's gams. Sorry.
And neither one of them are as good as Aunt May's.
And Alan Scott wishes
yes.
I'm just saying, Alan Scott wishes he had her outfit.
Oh, jeez. Come on. The poor guy has years before that happened.
Look at Robin's got tights on. No longer does he have the Speedo. He has the tights on Earth.
His legs need a little bit of warming, okay?
Well, he's also in his 30s in this.
If we were doing a reading, you know what would be coming up with this panel.
What?
But no, to go ahead and give each member a little bit to shine. That's good, especially with the fight.
Well, you got Star Spangled Kid versus Starman right there. You know, in the other, obviously the other ones are. I said you have Wildcat, Our Man, Hawkman. You know, it's interesting to see that because I'm confused when it came to Starman, his early costume. I've only ever seen his son, so seeing the dad dress up in that, I've never seen that costume before. So I was like, who the heck is this guy right here? It is Starman. He has that's supposed to be the cosmic rod, and I don't remember it being that short.
Why do you think Green Lantern was hanging around the team?
It's not a fan of that. Might be the miscoloring, but I just don't like that. Not a fan of Robin having like the yellow and green. This is weird to me. Like they meant to do green, but they're like, oh crap, we'll just keep going yellow.
What? You mean this?
No, on Robin's
tights.
Robin's tights before the panel before that.
Oh, okay. And it basically does end up leading to the point where Bruce is like, what have I done? But it's, I don't know. I don't dislike this story. I feel like I should have started earlier. And I think that's ultimately my problem here. Just to go ahead and get some more content.
See, he's already going after her costume, and she has the fishnets on. Or
give it to me.
Well, I don't know. Does she have panty liner on or pantyhose, or does she have?
Oh, geez, calm down there, baby.
I'm just saying they drew in that one panel right there, and the next night it's gone. So it might have just been the color printing. What was it called? That process? They have the little dots. That's what it looks like, or maybe just zooms in. I guess they have the old school retro pop art.
Can we talk about Bruce fighting and he doesn't even take the pipe out of his mouth?
Well, yeah, I guess you could say he's kind of like what's his name? Fury. In that sense, Nick Fury doesn't need to take the pipe out.
I get the. Oh my gosh, that hits it. That he does kind of remind me of kind of like a Nick Fury here. It's too late.
I like it. This is just. Can you imagine like getting this as a kid and you're like, oh, everybody's fighting, and then like here comes Superman. He's like, stop! Or like they're like, oh shit.
Yeah, you went so far, you forgot there's the big man of steel that can come.
Daddy's home. Alan's like, hey. Yeah. So these are. I gotta say. So, I like the white on basically on Clark's on his hair. He's showing that he's aged. Because these guys had been much later in their career, right? Like compared to what was going in the present. Like
in theory, these guys had started in World War II.
Yeah. So
these are the versions you see that in the All-Star Squadron. A few years later, now okay, with Superman bringing Power Girl back, so they figure out that the Psycho Pirate has been manipulating him all this time. So that's why. Yeah, that's why Bruce breaks down at the end of the issue.
Yes.
But now this panel, if you had been reading from issue 58, this was another example of how much character development, and I don't mean in the chest, that Power Girl had, because she was, when this started, it was during the age of of women's lib. Yeah, and she was the absolute mouthpiece for that. She was angry. bitter towards all the guys, and she'd really grown a lot in the 12 issues. This was like the 12th issue in the series. And yeah, Pixel probably would have helped to run it because it was a continuing story, and there. And I do recommend it. It was a fun series.
Well, I do recommend that we do read some more JSA on this channel before we become the Reed Richards channel.
Well, yeah, but there's bad news for you tonight. Then.
There's always bad news when we're on this channel.
Oh, but hey, you know what? Secret Wars Reed Richards gets to call out Lil Rhaegar this time.
If he shows up, though.
If he shows up, he's
been dodging Richards for a while.
Yes. Well, can you blame him?
Unless Pixel, you've been hanging out with him.
With who?
Lil Rhaegar.
No, I haven't.
You got those Pixel fingers, you know.
No. These are for Sue.
Oh, they're fishy then.
Oh my!
I said, I like to introduce Helena Wayne in there. I'd like to see more about what she brings to the team. Or is this kind of like, okay, eventually, like they bring her in and then that's it? She's just kind of like a side character. Because that's the one thing I don't like about when they have too many people on a team. Like half the time you get the main stars and the rest are kind of like pushed aside. And once in a while you might get like, oh, this is focused on their story.
Don't forget, this character's still a part of the team.
Right?
Sorry, I just thought about Hank Pym. I'm going to blow my brains out.
Yeah, that's what happens. You smack your wife one time and never let it go. So he was going to end it all. Because she had the hots for Tony.
That's right. So I want to know, what inspired you to pick this book? Because it's not a bad book. It is a very solid issue. It has plenty of elements that are good to it, but it would have helped to read before.
I'm just saying I could have gave some stoic, epic answer, but I'm just going to say the fact that nobody talks about what book they want to read for Friday or talk about it. So it was a last-minute thing, and I was either this or GC Showcase number 17, the first appearance of Helena Wayne. But this is
Superstars.
Superstars.
Superstar. Yes.
I'm sorry, Graphic. I didn't mean to make you jealous.
That's right.
So overall, it's a JSA. The fact you get the two JSA, teams working fighting against each other. You had Psycho Part being controlled behind everything here. It would have been cool to actually see Psycho Pirate. You know, that was another thing I was kind of weirded out. They didn't really show him in the book. I didn't see him. But
they was in the beginning.
Yeah,
we should have done something inked by the great George Bell.
I mean, it's not too late. The next 5 Fridays can be George Bell appreciation.
They should be
along with the readings.
All George Bell, all the time.
Yeah, this is the George Bell puppet show.
Okay.
One of you should get a George Bell puppet.
What the fuck did George Bell look like?
Whatever great inkers everywhere look like.
He looked like Johnny Storm after a binger and smoking 40 packs a day.
So he looked like Gil Kane with large nostrils.
I'm 48-year-old Johnny Storm.
I mean, but you can't blame him because look at the first appearance of Black Manta. And you saw how Uncle Baby kept aging and then de-aging.
Yes.
And I don't know if
that's nice mans.
Yes.
Nice mans.
Johnny went from being young to having osteoarthritis.
So with this issue, though, no, you're very right about what you said before about being on Earth 2. We get to see characters we know in different positions, especially, Commissioner Bruce Wayne. Commissioner Bruce Wayne. And then going ahead, and you're right, Breen, going ahead and getting to see Power Girl like this early on. She is a very strong character, especially in this issue, because I don't know any of the other issues. But
No, she was strong opinioned in the first, like, so the first couple of issues, because she was new and she had to prove herself because the team was filled with older men, and she, overcompensated for that by basically they wrote her as, well, kind of a bitch. Now again, this, you can decide, well, it was a different time and men didn't know how to write women. That's bullshit because it's. But anyway, but I think it was because back then you went into these books with a plan, and the plan was to have her develop as a character,
as it should be.
Mm-hmm.
But
like I said, another reason I wanted to talk about it, because like I said, we don't really talk about Earth 2.
We don't talk about Bruno either.
But
well,
no,
it's because he's from Earth 2. It's all making sense.
No,
but I'm just saying, I rarely hear anybody talk about Earth 2, Justice League, or any of that stuff. If they do, it's basically the New 52 version or whatever that is, later in the 2000s. It's not even.
If you want to see some Earth 2 Justice League goodness, check out the retrospective that Wes, Joe Corallo, and myself did on the 5-part JLA JSA All-Star Squadron crossover.
I'm assuming this is a while ago because I thought you guys said you're done.
Well, we're not done yet, but we're. This was, it was a while ago because it was back when we used to do story arcs instead of individual issues.
But
it's
that's a lot to keep up.
It's Justice League 207, 8 and 9, and All-Star Squadron, I think 14 and 15. It was a great story.
Hey, Maranya, she's completely covered up in this issue. You can't say that.
She had the ab window.
Listen, this isn't like She-Hulk, where I will admit with great shame, got a little distracted there, okay? Okay.
All right. He's got to bring up She-Hulk when she has nothing to do with DC!
She's big. She's beautiful.
Well, she's Big Barda.
No.
Well, we were just waiting for you to say, well, I like this JSA, and years later, in post-crisis,
no.
Just for that, I'll never say it again. Just then, you guys were like, "Why aren't you saying it?"
Oh, my mom said she'd never sing again when we used to give her crap about that. She caved, and you will too.
I will never cave again. I have standards, damn it! I'll never talk about post-crisis ever again.
Until the next time.
Until next time, that's right. The Electric Boogaloo of Earths, indeed.
Next week, we'll talk about Earth 3, Crime Syndicate. Then Earth 4, 5, 6, 7.
Earth 18, the furries.
There probably is one right now.
I'm surprised that there isn't one. Honestly, that's an unfortunate market that I could see them aiming towards.
I mean, there's got to be an Earth where they're just kids, the super kids,
And there's an Earth where they're all like very juvenile, I suppose you could say.
Yes.
But they aren't technically kids or something like that. I don't
know. Trusty, saying JSA, let's go. You're 23 minutes into it. So we went before. Now
you're late. We're not. we're on our way out. We're running out of things to say.
So overall, I like seeing the different character designs. Starman, I've never seen the original Starman costume because I've only ever seen Jax. I think that's what his name is. The one who took over, and then I saw what they see in the CW, their version of Starman costume.
Indeed. I feel like we should. I'm going to ask this for this issue. Favorite character, just for this issue. Don't go overall. Don't dig into that. From this issue, who shined in your mind, and who did you really like? Who do you think got to express themselves in a way that you enjoyed.
I gotta say, I enjoyed Jay Garrick, but I was disappointed he didn't pull anybody's pants down.
I was so sad Hawkman didn't murder somebody.
This says, Bronze Age. They don't murder anymore. Batman need to pull out a gun. Well, wait.
Do one of you want to add? I'm upset that nobody motorboated Power Girl.
You can't. You can't. It's covered. Jeez.
For those in the chat who've actually read this, who is your favorite character out of the JSA in this issue? Your choice, because those who were joining late, so it was Dr. Fate, Dr. Midnight, Jay Garrick, Flash, Mr. Giggles over there, Green Lantern, obviously Alan Scott. You had Our Man, you had Power Girl, Star Spangled Kid, Wildcat, and then you had, I guess the JLA, weren't they? Because I don't remember the Robin and Superman, Wonder Woman be part of the JSA. But this is Earth 2 though, so I guess I guess they were originally.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Starman's on their team, which is really weird. It's like, really?
There we go. Yes.
In the beginning of the JSA, Wonder Woman took the minutes of the meetings and made the coffee.
I thought Iron Man would take the minutes.
No, seriously, they
yeah, that's not a joke.
No, but the big guns weren't in there very often because they had their own titles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and honestly, the JSA very rarely appeared together in the book. They were on the covers. They would have the meetings, and they'd kind of go off, kind of like the way the Justice League of America was in the early days, where they would pair off into like two people, and they'd go fight, and then they'd come back for the end. I don't even know if they used to do that and those, because there's not. I don't think a lot of those stories have been reprinted. There were the archives editions for the first part of the series, and I'd have to go back and read those again.
This one was reprinted in the JSA book. I know this story was.
I'm talking about the original All-Star Comics.
All-Star Comics. Yeah.
The Four Color Fossils logo is All-Star Comics number 3. Yep. Where they're all sitting around the table together.
I was looking at my comics shop. They're saying this I guess of 8.0 is $76 of this issue.
Fair.
It's the first appearance of Helena, Huntress.
I thought you said
or second. And first appearance in Justice Society. She joins the team.
Yeah,
before.
DC Superstars 17 can hit triple figures if it's in good enough condition.
Yeah, no, that sounds good to me.
Well, the other thing we forgot to talk about, and you don't have it in your thing, was actually there's a Hostess ad here, inked by Vince Coletta.
Well, now I have to see the Hostess ad. Okay, give me a second. I'm going to find it, and I'm shrinking. Oh god,
it's an Aquaman story with basically Kurt Swan drawing and Vince Coletta erasing all the backgrounds.
Okay, give me a second. I'm pulling it up. I gotta find the read and the comics and the online thing. All-Star.
Yeah. It also has a 2-page CBS Saturday morning cartoon ad with art by Neil Adams.
Yeah. Well, I care less about that, but no offense, but
no offense to Neil Adams. We don't care about your 2-page spread.
Okay. Here we go. And I'm going to find it. Do you know if it was near the beginning or the end of the book? Right towards the middle?
Well, usually they're in the middle or towards the end. I'm not sure. The version I read in this was basically the same one you read on the DC Infinite.
There we go. We're going to take a lovely look at this. You are with us all the way, right? Yeah. You should be. If you're not, there are problems.
If you don't like Hostess ads, you are an evil son of a bitch.
The question is, do we just look at it or do we read it?
I think we should read it, son.
All right. Uh, we know who. Okay.
All right. Can somebody else read? Because you can't apparently.
Listen, I got it. I got the narration. You be the Iceman there. Hey, and Eric, can you please do Aquaman? You know how we like it.
What did Iceman do, Aquaman?
Aquaman, Atlantis, the undersea nation, home of Aquaman. In the grip of a worldwide cold wave, the waters above the Sea King's home have frozen solid. But is it just the force of nature? What is this evil head that lurks above? Aquaman in the Ice Age.
There's too many Ks.
Bimera.
We're all turning to ice. What's going on?
I'm an alien, and I have these claws. Oh,
We must find out. All have to investigate the formally free solid forever.
hey!
You can't read the dialogue.
There, it's right there.
Yeah. I'm an iceberg head of lettuce. No, I'm going to destroy Atlantis by freezing everyone and everything in it. Just because I'm a cold dude. And creature. Nothing warms me. Nothing except Namor. Hey.
Aquaman breaks the icicles on his fist, but nothing else.
Don't be a hothead. It won't help you, Aquaman.
Aqualad arise with a plan. Aquaman! Mara sent this. Give it to the monster. It should warm up even the coldest of creatures.
No, not delicious Hostess cupcakes. All that fudgy icing and creamy filling. It just makes me feel so happy and warm all over. You win, big boy.
Later, back home with an uncomfortable Aqualad.
I have a warm spot somewhere in you. Iceberg or ice water.
I lost my head and I gave it to you. So here I am.
Go ahead.
Chocolate Hostess cupcakes. The thing to share with warm friends.
You get a big delight in every bite of Hostess cupcakes. Ah, best villain. And if we didn't lose all 7 subscribers from that,
I'm just saying, why didn't we do the Hostess cupcake ads with all the other retrospectives?
we didn't know about them. I didn't know about them. You should have told me. that should just be a finishing thing.
A finishing thing with creamy filling.
That's right.
Cupcakes.
A nice creamy finish to your day.
Remember, it's not finished until you get to the creamy filling.
Oh my.
Alan Scott said so.
There's a reason Bree doesn't want to go on camera. He's got that creamy filling all over his lips.
The internet is forever, or something like that.
Are you gargling Mountain Dew, Bree?
To what?
Philosophy wants to know if you're gargling Mountain Dew.
Chris, I wish you had told me, Trusty. That would have been great. To talk about Aquaman would have been something quite spectacular. But no.
I ruined cupcakes for you. Well, I would say that Hostess probably ruined it for you because just the fact that they changed the formula now. Now it's extra creamy.
Hey,
You get not nearly the delight in every bite of Hostess cupcakes.
With every slurp
in
of
2022.
Hostess-
Slurp? Why are you drinking milkshakes of Hostess cupcakes? You know you're not supposed to submerge it in milk.
I like the part that open it and just suck the filling out, you know?
I just lick it out like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
There's no wrong way to eat a Hostess cupcake.
I just thought of a couple.
Calm down there, you're Mr. Giggles. Jeez.
I'm sorry. I'm getting too much of a delight in.
It just sounds like I'm listening to like the intro to the Snorks.
I don't know what a snork is.
80s cartoon, those underwater creatures. They kind of sounded like that a little bit.
Can we wrap this up now?
That's what she said. And with that being said, well, if you've gone 36 minutes and haven't turned the channel, you won.
No,
Did
you
they?
didn't.
The puppets want to ask you to like, subscribe, and leave a comment.
The puppets are demanding that we say this.
There is a gun behind me, off camera, so it's not behind me, but and it is aimed right at me. You gotta do it, please.
Now I ask you, what kind of comment do you expect somebody to leave that we're going to want to read?
What kind of comment are we going to say that people want to hear?
That being said, the help of the channel, we have a couple different ways to help with the channel. If you want to share out the channel, that helps out a lot too. Clicking like helps out too, helps with the algorithm. As far as leaving a comment, just saying hello, that's all you gotta do, or whatever. It just helps out. It helps YouTube recognize, hey, people like this stuff.
Don't let them put down the puppets. We put them down enough as it is.
Yes. And also we also have there's a Ko-Fi down there. Basically pays for the Marvel DC app and also the StreamYard. So, or if you just want to give $1, go towards our cupcake funds. $1. Remember, $8 a month. You can help out a celebrity on Twitter. So pay here. We'll help them out.
That's right.
You keep their blue check.
Who cares?
The puppets need their blue checks.
That's a fair point. Thank you very much for watching. Y'all have a good night.
And stay tuned. There's more streams tonight. Few minutes.
Is that a threat?